Wow, so what we have here is a hamburger, some bacon, a fried egg, all sandwiched between a delicious donut.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'm Evann Remington. I'm the founder and president of Organic Fresh Fingers. We're a food manufacturer right here in Salem. We provide fresh, local, natural, and organic foods to schools and daycares. We also have a retail line of 6 frozen certified organic meals for kids that are available in grocery stores. But not here to talk about us in particular, here to talk more broadly about our current food system and the impact that our food choices as consumers and businesses affect everything from our health to the environment, sense of community, and everything in between. I think we've all been to a barbecue where you have that one person that instead of graciously accepting that hamburger says something along the lines of, did this cow die of natural causes? Was it a happy cow? Or there's the self-labeled eaters, as I call them. But I think there's something to the locavores. I've sort of become one myself. Those who prefer to eat locally grown and produced food items. I think that most people think of the family farm as still being kind of the source of our food, which really isn't the case. The reality is that since about 1934, many of the small farms have drastically declined and continue to do so. We now have an agribusiness model that is heavily reliant on the transportation industry. Our food travels an average of 1,500 miles before it reaches the grocery store. And let's face it, I mean, how many people here know somebody or are friends with somebody or have a relative that has diabetes, cardiovascular disease, hypertension? Americans are sick, and essentially it's the food. That's a wild idea that I'm going to throw out there. Food is currently transported through a complicated web around the country, burning 10% of the fossil fuels, 10% just to move our food around. Feedlots where we produce mass-produced meat, essentially, cheap meat that's grain-fed, produces 18% of our total greenhouse gases, more than cars, 18%. That's something that conveniently gets left out of things like the inconvenient truth. The scary part is that on any given day, we've done studies that we found that there's only about 3 days worth of food on our supermarket shelves. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like a national security issue to me. What if someone told you that you could have a positive impact on all of these things simply by changing the way that you eat? Would you do it? I'm a personal believer that it's not just about local. I also believe that we should be buying organic. Just because something is produced locally in my backyard doesn't mean that I want chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, those kinds of things polluting my streams and air. I think that we're certainly missing something. This is maybe something that Ryan was touching on. But one thing that we are missing is this kind of sense of community and this idea that we break bread together and we share in the production and eating of our food. We're trying to work to build a regional community-based food system. And essentially by doing that, we feel that we can increase Oregon's revenue and create jobs here. We can eat seasonally. That's one way that as consumers we can have a positive impact to shift from the agribusiness model, which allows us to diversify our diet and helps us to maintain our health. How about this wild idea that we just eat a little bit less meat? What if we ate meat once a day, 4 times a week, rather than twice a day, 7 days a week? We could essentially have a huge, about a 40% decrease in greenhouse gases just by doing that. So by shifting to a regional community-based food system, we can improve our health, enrich our communities, increase economic stability, increase food safety, protect our environment, and get a sense of community. So again, I'm Evann Remington, and if you are interested in knowing more about Organic Fresh Fingers or how we are playing one role in trying to shift to the community-based regional food system, please let me know.